Hello everybody, this is librarian Caitlin from the Young Adult Department at the Levittown Public Library. Today we are going to look at how to use the database Tutorcom through the library. So we're going to start on the Levittown Public Library website. This is a homepage. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this website a lot, and if you haven't, I would recommend that you guys get familiar with it because it's got a lot of great resources right on the website that you can access from home. So we're going to look at databases today. So there's a few ways you can access Tutor.com along with the rest of our databases, of which we have several dozen. So the first way is if you go onto Research and History and hover, there is a databases subsection and you click on that. And what will happen is you can search by subject and there will be a drop down, or by letter. So since we know that we're looking for tutor.com, we can go to T and it should be under there. Yeah, so we got tutor.com here. We also have a different way just for teens. If you hover over the teens section in the banner, we will have a whole bunch of different resources. It'll be under homework help. So if you hover over homework help and then you see research databases for teens, we have taken out from the list of databases in general all of the ones that are relevant for teens in the teen library. So we can scroll down there in alphabetical order and we're going to click on tutor.com. Okay, so you clicked on tutor.com and now you're here. When you're at home, this is what the interface will look like because you can access this database from home. However, if you're in the library and you're using a library computer, which due to the coronavirus and COVID-19, we don't know when that will be. So we're going to do everything from the perspective of accessing at home. But if you're on the library computers in the library, you do not need your library card to access it because presumably you have used your library card number to log into the computer. However, if you're at home, it's going to look like this. So you can just click on it again and then it'll bring you to the home page and you'll see that we have Nassau Library System Live Homework Help. What you need to do now is enter your library card number because, again, if you are accessing it remotely, you need to show that you are a member of the Nassau Library System. So once you input your library card number, which is obviously on your library card, or if you need help accessing that, you can call the library, talk to a librarian, and we'll be able to help you either look up your library card number or get you situated with a new one. It'll bring you to this homepage. So you can see here that welcome to tutor.com and it'll prompt you about what kind of help that you need today. You will see here there's a bunch of different options, but 4 of them are grayed out. Now, the problem with this is it's not really a problem. You do need to create an account. An account is free. However, you do need to input your email. So if you need to talk to your parents about that, go ahead and do it. So what I'm going to do is sign into my account, which is really easy. Actually, before we sign into my account, I want to show you what it looks like and what information you need to create an account. So we're going to click right here. You need your first name, your library card number, your email address, your password. You confirm your password and your date of birth, and then you create your account. But since we already did that, I'm going to sign into my account right now. You can ignore the green key. That's just my password protector software. Okay, so I signed in and this is my homepage. It looks the same as the other homepage, and you will see here, because I wanted to show you what it looks like, for example, a math problem help. If you have any drop-off, which we'll go over in a minute, if you have any drop-off paper, math questions for review, you'll get a notification here to let you know when these things are ready for your viewing again. So we're on the home page, And you can do one of a few things. You have a connect with a tutor now. So if you would like to speak to a tutor, you can get help right away. So you can choose a topic. There's a bunch of topics, very broad. And then inside of the topic, like let's say we have math. You can choose what level math you're on or what kind of math problems that you are dealing with right now. So let's say pre-calculus. And then you choose which grade you're in. Let's say like 10th grade. And then the library. This is an important question because the database, the Tutor.com people, they want to know who's using the database and where. So we're going to say at home. We're using this at home. If you want to chat or if you have accessibility requirements that require you to talk to your tutor, you can click this and then you can just put your question here. You can either attach a file. So I'm going to just put this as a test and see what happens when you connect now. So it looks like we're going to get a pre-calculus tutor in just a moment. Okay, great. So this is what the interface for the Tutor.com chat is. You have your tutor in the corner. We have Manuel. And then you can draw your question if you need it. This is especially helpful for, say, like graphing problems or geometry problems, and someone is going to get back to you real soon. So I'm going to X this out, say, thank you, but I solved my problem. And then you can just X out right away. And you can use a board, a calculator with a graph, or some text. And you can type it out here. And once you're done, you can also print out your question for future reference. So we're going to X out of here. So that's what it looks like. And then they're going to ask you for a survey. We're going to skip the survey. And if you want a transcript of the session, which includes all drawings and all interactions in the conversation, you can send a transcript to your email. They're going to prompt you to print it here as well, or you can replay it from the beginning. So if you need, this is a really cool feature because if you need to see the steps in real time as you're working on it with your tutor, you can replay it as a video. So we're going to close this window. And then you can connect again if you need, and it'll bring you right back to the first page. So the main draw of Tutor.com is obviously connecting with a tutor right away. So you can have all of these topics, and it's not just scholarship or academics. You can also do English as a second language. You can check in about job help. You can do test prep, comprehension, all sorts of things. So we were doing math before, but let's look at something that's a little bit more not as cut and dry. So you can choose grammar, literature, vocabulary for English. And you can ask these tutors anything that you need help with. The tutors are assigned based on the subject, not based on, it's not random. So you're getting a math tutor for a math problem. You're getting an English tutor for an English problem. So other really cool features of Tutor.com, all of them are free. We're going to go down the line. You can submit a paper for review, and you'll upload your paper, and within 12 hours you'll get some kind of detailed review. So you just need to fill out this survey, and you choose which kind of help that you need. So right now we're going to look at like an essay, and we are at home. Let's say 9th grade. You're going to put in your topic, where you are in the writing process. This is very important. So depending on what you choose for this particular section is what kind of feedback you're going to get back. So you got to be honest with yourself. Are you completely lost? You can put it needs a lot of work. If you think that you've got a great first draft, you can put you're ready for feedback. if you want to just have someone look at like nitty gritty, you put in just an extra set of eyes. And the assignment, particularly any instructions or specific instructions, can go here. Also, citation format goes here. Usually it's APA or MLA. Those are the ones that you're going to be using the most. And then you choose your file and you submit, and you will get detailed feedback within about 12 hours. So always give yourself some time before scrambling to go ahead and submit it, because while it can take up to 12 hours, it doesn't always, but you don't want to be desperately in need of help and miss the cutoff date because you're waiting on some assistance here. Another thing you can do on Tutor.com is drop off a math question. So it's very similar to the dropping off a paper. You have to describe what kind of library you're in. So we are at home. We're using the library service at home. And it will give you all of these different kind of broad buckets of questions that you might have. So this often matches up with the name of the course that you're in. So if your math at school is pre-calculus, you're going to put in pre-calculus. And then you will select your grade level. We'll say 11th. And then you can put your question here, directions, anything that the tutor might need. So again, if you have some caveats, or if they're, in addition to instructions, your professor or teacher needs some additional work from you that might not be clear from the directions, put that here. So you can attach a file, or you can draw your problem, and then you can submit it. Again, with the same thing with the paper, leave yourself a lot of room and time to go over this. It's 24 hours. The math is 24 hours. The paper is within 12 hours. You will get a response. Please submit one question at a time is really important, because this is not a cheating service. So you can't just upload a sheet of math problems and expect to get all of the questions one by one right back. It's really a resource for you if you're lost and need assistance in understanding. It's not an answer service, it's an understanding service, which is actually more beneficial to you as a student in the long run. So I submitted a calculus math problem, and what it looks like when you get it back is this. So we got Cap Peel. It was a question about limits. I have not taken calculus in a very long time, so I couldn't tell you if this is correct, which is not helpful. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, so you can view the solution, and this is what it'll look like when it comes back to you. So he reviewed it for 25 minutes. I attached the file because it's a photo, it's a graphing question, and the solution is here. And he did put in some questions about, not questions, he put the step-by-step, and if you open the full size, my computer screen is a little bit small, so if you have a bigger screen, it'll come up a little bit better, or you can zoom in. He'll show you the step-by-step way to get the answer. Now, this is not helpful if you have a whole sheet of questions and need the answers to each one. This, like I said before, it's an understanding tool, a comprehension tool, not a cheating tool. So once we're back in the sessions section, which is under your account, you can click on My Sessions. This was the math program, the math problem that I submitted, and this is the chat that we were looking at before. So it will ask you if you need to ask this question again, if the answer was insufficient to what you needed, if the reasoning was unclear, if he didn't actually answer the question that you were asking, you can always ask it again. Same thing with the chat. You can replay the session, which means that you can watch the video of the session that we just did, which looks like this. Beat it up. So if we had step-by-step questions and solving, you could replay it like that, which is really helpful for visual learners. You can look at a transcript again, you can ask the question again if it was insufficient to your help, to what you needed, or you can email the transcript to yourself. The last section of Tutor.com before we get into other tools is practice quizzes. These are really helpful. They're mostly assessment quizzes. You'll find that they're very broad, but still useful for sharpening your skills. So again, you have all these kind of larger buckets of subjects, science, math, English. I haven't really figured out what English 1, 2, 3, 4 means, but we can try. Okay, so it'll tell you what kind of quizzes they are. So a lot of the times they can be vocabulary quizzes for English, or they can be particular texts that you are reviewing that are generally reviewed at different levels of English, or with math, it'll give you more problems, science, it'll give you more problems. So in trying out different aspects of this, I took a vocabulary quiz. It says 12% because I stopped after about 4 questions. But it's really great because you can either review what you chose and what the correct answer was. See, I didn't answer this one. And when you're reviewing it, you can also have the option of discussing the question with the tutor, which is really great. So if it's a specific vocabulary word or specific plot point of Macbeth, you can talk about it with a tutor. There are also resources, which if you click on it, there are websites, videos, sessions, very particular, like sessions that people have consented to uploading for you to watch. So instead of watching your own questions right back to you, if you can find a question similar to what you're looking for, you can watch other people's answers. There are games, there are worksheets, websites, flashcards. The flashcards are really great, but we'll go a little bit more into that in the other items. So if you want to go back to your score, like I said, I bombed this quiz, but I did stop taking it after about 4 questions. Or if you want to take it again, you can take it again. And now the last part of Tutor.com, the other tools section. These are more specific test-based tools. So you have prep for the SAT, ACT, prep for grad school tests, and prep for AP exams, and just general math and English videos. The AP exams homepage, it's very limited. It's biology, AP US history, AP biology, obviously, AP calculus, AP US history, and AP world history. And each of these, it's all videos, and the videos break out into these. They look like this, and they're from this particular service, Get5.com.
Hello, my name is Bill Pulaski. I'll be your Get5 AP US History instructor
and it's really just this guy talking to you and teaching the highlights of the course, which, you know, if you are struggling to remember certain dates, certain broad themes, it's really helpful. But there's no practice test. If you want practice tests, please watch my other tutorial about Learning Express. We'll go into that a little bit, which is another database that we have here at Levittown. So the better tools, honestly, are for the SAT, ACT, which is more relevant to you as a teen in high school. And when you click on, like, let's say prep for the SAT now, it'll take you to a different hub, a different coursework hub, and it's very similar to Tutor.com. And you can take practice tests, which is the most valuable part of it, I think. And it's a whole bunch of different tests. I think 8 total. And you could do it, take it out, print it, just take it like you would on the test day. You can do it online. And if you do it online, you can submit it and get your results instantly. And then if you want to work on more, you can do lessons, you can do exercises in each section. And then there are more resources here. Tips, the Common App, high school essays, this is more of a college resource center in the resources section, which is very helpful. But the main point for Tutor.com is these practice tests on the SAT and ACT. It's the same for the ACT. Practice test, coursework, resources. And that is it. If you need any further help, please try and find us at the teen desk in the teen room once we're open, or send us an email at teens@levittownpl.org, or give us a call. Our phone number is on the website homepage. So hopefully this was useful for you. Any questions, send them our way. Thank you.